Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Lisa Salvatore of lisasalvatore.com. For those of you that have been here before, thank you for coming back. And for those of you who have not been here before, thank you for stopping by. I put out monthly readings for the general collective for each sign of the zodiac. Please be sure to listen to your sun, moon, and or rising sign if you do know those other placements, because sometimes people tend to resonate with their other planetary placements more so, if not equally as much as their sun sign, depending on what's also going on with the current astrology of the universe. If you'd like to know more about why I say to listen to the rising and the moon, I actually recorded a video talking briefly about why I suggest you listen to those other placements. So if you would like to see more about that, just click below. I believe it's the last video that I posted. So these readings are going to be for the general collective for the month of April 2020. Please keep in mind that these are for a large audience, so take what resonates with you and throw away what doesn't. A lot of this will be predictive, so when you listen to it is when you're meant to listen to it. I realize all of us are going through some similar emotions and situations right now, so I really took my time, as I always do, but more so this month, to make sure I was 100% in the right headspace and centered and completely meditated. And I've prayed over these cards. I've already chosen the cards. I have not looked at them yet, so I will be looking at them with you as we go on into each reading. I wish everybody good health and happiness for better days to come. And please be sure to subscribe by tapping the bell icon to be notified of new videos and readings and all of that good stuff as it comes out. And let's get started. Hello, my beautiful Taurus people. This is your reading for April 2020. This is going to be for Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. If you'd like to know why I suggest you listen to the rising sign and moon sign as well, there is a separate video that I have done, that I've recorded, to talk about the significance of the big three in the birth chart. So you can go ahead and listen to that after you listen to this if you're interested. But this is going to be for the month of April for Taurus Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please keep in mind that this is for the general collective. So like I always say, take what resonates for you and throw away what doesn't. And let's get started. All right, Taurus, this is for you. I've prepared the cards already. I have not looked at them yet, so we're going to look at them together for the first time. All right. I feel like a lot of Taurus folks are feeling very secluded right now, and also like they cannot do what it is that they want to do or work on the things that they really want to work on and create for themselves, literally due to turns of fate, chances of fate, things that have gone on that have forced things to slow down or stop. Or on the other hand, it could have also been forcing things to move forward in different ways. So on one hand, it's like being held back from certain things you might have been creating or working on, but then at the same time, being able to actually devote your efforts towards collaborations with other people or doing other things that will benefit you for the future. So it's like a bittersweet time for Taurus, the month of April. Vacillating between feeling hopeless and helpless and, oh my gosh, this is what I wanted to work on, and now that I can't, what do I do? And then yet turning the corner and having a lot of other experiences and opportunities coming up. As I'm reading this, I'm feeling a ton of tingling and energy in my crown chakra, which is like a lot of Taurus are having spiritual experiences, probably through their dream state mostly, or even in your awake state. I feel like a lot of you have been meditating more, focusing on your spirituality, getting outside and really connecting, and you're much more clear. Like there's a lot that's coming through for you about your next steps, about what you need to work on and work towards. And so the month of April for you is going to really be all about next steps. That's what I get for Taurus. Oof. Wow. Okay. All right, Taurus. Also, geez. Okay. At the same time, I'm getting a different story here. At the same time, there's some big decisions coming through that might be being forced upon you due to some information that comes to light. So you might have been working on something and humming along, and then you get news from a valuable source that cares for you. Could be a close friend or a teacher of some sort. But someone comes through for you with some big information that wakes you up and makes you realize that you've been misled somehow. This could have to do with work, but this could also be like in a personal relationship. Whatever way that manifests for you, you'll know. And I feel strongly, timing-wise, this is going to be around the full moon, which is April 7th, like between the 7th and the 10th, that this will come to light. So this is almost like a decision being forced on you. Not forced, but being brought to you, information being brought to you that kind of forces you into making a decision. And again, this is all about laying out a path for you, Taurus. Laying out a path. I mean, when justice is here, this is like big shit. Excuse my language. This is like, the trumpets have been blared. The wake-up call is granted. The uncovering of the veil. It doesn't feel negative. It just feels like it's needed and it's necessary for you, for your path, for you to move forward. This is really interesting. Again, I feel like these are two different scenarios I'm reading on here for Taurus, for the Taurus people that are watching. There's one camp, which is like the work life and just more of like moving along and, typical stuff that's kind of common for a lot of people right now with the situation that the world is in. However, then on the personal side, this is like a much more deeper story here of about seeing things from a different angle, from a different lens, and then actually feeling called to action about it. But maybe having to do it in a way that requires you to be stealth. That's what I'm getting. All right. From our animal oracle deck, the Druid Animal Oracle deck, Taurus, you have the horse. And I'm just going to take the meaning out of the book because with these oracle cards, I'll be honest, I don't use them that much. And to me, intuitively, horses gallop into freedom. And the sun's behind you. So this is like, this is going towards positivity for you, whatever the situations are, however they apply. But let's see what the book says for Taurus, for horse. Let me just find it. I feel like reading out of a book takes away from the whole experience, but for some reason, with certain cards, I like to do it because it just gives another layer to the soul here. Okay, horse. Keywords: the goddess, the land, travel. The spirit of each calls us to journey, to travel. This may manifest itself as a desire to travel in the physical world, or we may be drawn to voyaging in the inner realms. She brings us energy and speed and connects us to the power of both the land and the sun. The horse goddess is patroness of the complete life cycle of birth, death, and afterlife, and rebirth. By working with the spirit of each, we will grow to feel comfortable with every aspect of the life cycle, knowing that the goddess protects and guides us through each of its stages. Wow. Okay, so that just kind of ties in what I said earlier. So whatever's going on here for the Taurus people that are watching, in whatever way it manifests, it's pulling you towards freedom. It's pushing you towards freedom. It is definitely speaking here of the spiritual element, which is what I was feeling when I first started turning the cards over. I got overwhelmed with energy of just like downloads happening, like what I call pings, like spiritual pings, where it's just like information overload coming into you intuitively. And now it's almost like you've called in this information that you need and you're moving towards freedom. That's how I see this. And then our final card, which is from the Spirit Messages Oracle deck by John Holland, is vulnerability. This is confirmation that you're seeking to tread into the unknown, unfamiliar territory, where decisions are based more on intuition than rationality. Don't let fear hold you back or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow a negative condition. Okay, so again, treading out into the unknown, galloping into an unfamiliar territory or a freedom or a different pasture, a different space that you're not used to, that your intuition and your spiritual knowledge is leading you towards. And you need to trust yourself. You need to not hang on to what you feel you did not receive or will not receive, and working towards the collaborations that are going to help you for further growth, Taurus. So overall, I feel like April is going to be a month of discovery and freedom. That doesn't sound so bad. And Taurus season starts the end of April, by the way. So you're entering into your season. April 20th starts Taurus season. So I hope that you have a good month. Take really good care of yourselves and make sure you get out into nature more often, because that's going to also help you to connect even deeper on the spiritual level. I'll be back for you in May, Taurus. Take good care of yourselves. Bye.